Hello, hello, hello! Look who's back! It's me! So today we're getting into it, people. We are getting into the rumors you've heard flying about mine and Angela's rivalry. We are getting into my past year. We are getting into my huge life update coming up. So let's just go ahead and let's just jump into the video. So we are back after a year, I think, of not really posting anything on YouTube. Just up front to dispel any rumors. There are no rumors, actually. We only have 101 subscribers, but let's pretend there are some rumors. Angela and I are still best friends. We just have not been as active on YouTube because I actually got a real life, in-person, full-time job, so was not able to do as much on YouTube. But now it is summer, have some more time, have some exciting plans coming up, so there's a little bit more time to film. I'm actually getting ready right now to go see Angela, so there you go for all those who lacked faith in our friendship. But basically this past year I was a first grade dual language teacher at an elementary school, obviously first grade, and it was a super great experience. Like last week we had towards the end of May, because I don't know when this is going on exactly, but last week of May we had our end of the year party, field day, all that stuff. Field day was a lot of fun. I don't know if I'm the only one with maybe a more sad experience with field day, but whenever I was in school, field day was just they threw us in a field for 7 hours and we ran around and played, and it was a lot of fun. But this field day was, it was only 45 minutes, and I was like, that's a ripoff. But whenever I saw what they had for the kids, it was crazy. They had huge inflatable bouncy houses, obstacle courses, football, basketball, a bouncy house inside of the school, a dance party. It was crazy, and I was very impressed. I'm trying to think if I need to do anything else. I think I already did everything. Oh, no. So I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. And me and my friend, she's also a first grade teacher, she worked across the hall from me, we decided to do the obstacle courses and to compete against each other. And it was 90 degrees, 90% humidity at 1 p.m., the grossest time you could be outside. And we really went for it. We were hardcore competitors. And I got in there and I experienced a new high of athleticism that I didn't know I had until I got into that inflatable obstacle course with all the 6-year-olds watching us. And when I got in there, it clicked in my head. She graduated from r.e.m, I graduated from Texas. So I don't know if that played a factor in her level of competitivism, but it did for me, because upon entering the inflatable, I was like, I'm from Texas. I have to win for Texas. There's no option now. I have to go hard. I have to beat this lady. And I did go hard, and she did too. At one point, her foot, kicked me. I don't know. I thought there was a third body in there because her body was just going all over the place. And it was intense, but I won by about half a second on both obstacle courses. So, welcome horns. I was, however, then compelled to race against 20 other kids because they wanted to beat me after seeing that I beat her. And so I was quite literally disgusting and exhausted following field day. Wanted to sleep the rest of the day, but then we had pizza party, and it was a day for sure. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to for the past year. I'm going to go see Angela now, and then there can be proof that we are still friends. enough energy after spending all day at the cafe with Angela to come home and finish filming, but my social battery was completely drained. So here I am now to provide a mini preview of my big life update coming in August, which you should definitely subscribe to our channel for because you won't want to miss it. It's something I have always wanted and it's a huge experience, and you will definitely want to come along for the journey. But basically, this past year I spent it as a first grade teacher. Before that, I worked at a humanitarian think tank in DC. Before that, I graduated from Texas with 2 majors in Middle Eastern Studies and Religious Studies and specialized in Spanish and Arabic. So my route has been very crazy, like from point Z to M to B, like all over the place. And because of that, I have gotten questions a lot from people like, oh, do you ever get stressed out because you don't know what your next step is going to be? Or doesn't it make you worry that like you haven't followed a linear path thus far? And honestly, the answer is a strong no, because God has shown me too many times over and over again that He has me in the palm of His hand. A few examples of this: back in 2020, I had been approved to go study abroad in Amman, Jordan for that summer. But then guess what happened? COVID. So instead of going to Amman, Jordan, which had always been my dream, I instead did the Arabic Summer Institute, which allowed me to learn 2 years worth of Arabic in 10 weeks, which then allowed me to specialize in Arabic, which I wouldn't have been able to have done if I had gone to Amman. So that was an example of a door closing and then another one opening with an even better opportunity behind it. Another example of that, I was supposed to work with that think tank back whenever I was still in school, but COVID. So then after I graduated, I got to work with that think tank and I got paid and I got published, which were 2 things that I would not have been able to have done if I had worked for them when originally planned. So it was always like door closes, but then it's like the same door opens almost with just an enhanced version of the opportunity that I had originally so wanted. So God just shows me over and over again not to worry and that He's got this all figured out, and He shows us that in His word too. Like with one of my favorite people in the Bible, with Ruth. She married somebody, then her husband dies, then she moves to a foreign land, then things aren't going well over there. It's like the door closed on her happy relationship with her husband. The door closed on living a good life in her homeland. The door closed on living a good life in someone else's homeland. But then she falls in love with the true love of her life. Then she has a very blessed life there. Then she fulfills one of her many purposes of becoming a part of the genealogy for the Messiah, Jesus Christ. So it's like door closed, door closed, door closed. Door open, door open, door open for Ruth, and then there was always a better opportunity behind those new open doors. So I just think God has shown me too many times that He has me in the palm of His hand for me to worry about anything. I kind of like being all over the place with my path too, because people are like, oh, that's so unusual, that's so unique. So I guess that's the part of me that enjoys people being like, oh, that's so unique of you. But then the more realistic side of me also really likes it, because I do like new things often, and it's hard for me to be like comfortable in something for a long time, and so it always works out that I'm able to kind of switch things from year to year to year. And I'm just trusting in God, and I thank Him for helping me come this far. And you should definitely subscribe now so you don't miss where I am going next. See you on the next video. Bye!